Thanks, guys. There's quite a bit of shopping going on in the front here. Hey? It's like hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Okay, I would like to please introduce to you KZN, Denver, Quinto, Sinatemba, and Sandile. Guys, we need you up here now. They have a brewing team initiation. All newcomers are given Columbus or Centennial hops and asked to smell them. Sure, hop smells good, so what would you expect them to taste, or how would you expect them to taste? Well, it makes people more likely to put them in their mouth. And then the bitterness makes them suck in their faces. So yeah, you know what to expect if you go and visit Denver and his team. How are those brewing kits going? How much money are you making out of those? The ones that you invented last year. You did pretty good with those.
Doing quite well, actually.
Good luck, Denver. Come on.
Thank you so much. Before we commence our presentation, I would like everyone to know that UKZN PMB is here. We are better and better than ever before, and we are here not to take any prisoners. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here. I am Danvir Ramesa, and this is my fine colleagues. We have brewed some lovely beers, and we hope that you all have done so as well, and we hope this is an amazing event. So without further ado, let's get into the team of UKZN PMB. So, without further ado, we are, quote unquote, the Bloom Boys. So, we got Quiniso, our unofficial COVID compliance officer, PhD microbiology. We got Sinatemba, MSc candidate micro. We got Sandile, MSc candidate biochemistry, and we got me, Danvir Ramesa, MSc candidate for micro as well. On the slides, I would also like to, the gentleman that's not present with us is known as TK. He is the live wire of our team, and unfortunately, he was unable to make it to this year's event. Honorable mentions from, I'm assuming yours left to right, will be truly was and is our muscle. In the center, we got Dr. Charles Hunter, the lifeline of the brewing team. And last but not least, our lady of the light, we got Tusi, and she is just a joy to have in any brew day. So, let's talk about our process. So, this year has been rather interesting. I think everyone would agree. So, we had a lot of COVID regulations. We had the unrest. So, we had to disguise the fact we were brewing. And one of the ways to do it is, since we are in the life sciences department, what better way to hide it is under the banner of, oh no, we fermenting certain types of manure in pursuit of green energy. So, yeah, so we had to devise some creative ways to prevent our beers from getting taken away. Right, so this is our brew system, the same as last year. Sales are doing very well. We have received lots of orders. Again, BIAB, brew in a bag. Nothing more cooler than that is what is the in things these days. All the cool kids, all the cool brewers are doing it. I heard even along the grapevine, SAB might be taking this up, but it's currently under the process of being patented, so Anton, just be careful. So yeah, a very simple brewing system. We call it the humble approach to humble beers, and that's the way to great brews. And I believe our neighbors from Thousand Hills, you all have the same strategy, so I expect you all has good competition as well. But I would like to announce since we did win 2 categories last year, so with the money we got from that, we used it to upgrade our brewing system. And unlike last year, I will not fool you, it is state of the art. Instead of having 2 metal spoons, we now have 4. And from using a alcohol thermometer, we managed to go into the digital era, so we got a digital thermometer, so that helps us with temperature control. And yeah, so let's go into our beer lineup. So this year we have a lot more teammates, so it made us brewing beers for all categories a lot more easier. So firstly, we have our IPA category. I call this the Challenger. And the reason why we do it is because this is one of the beer styles we want to take home. And we expect everyone to have taken this very seriously, so this is our challenge to all of you. So we designed this out of an American lager. We kept it at a decent 4.5%, and we used basically SAB pale malt, and we fermented with a yeast Saccharomyces Saccharomyces species 3470. For our summer ale, we entering an American pale ale. We call this the Oasis. Reason being is on a hot summer's day, the South African heat, you seek refuge from that. And there's no better refuge than the Oasis. And we fermented this with USO4. For the IPA category, we base our IPA out of a specialty IPA 21B of a brown IPA. We call this the first kiss. And, you know, around the world, the South African accent is revered as one of the most romantic accents. So we decided, let's impart some of that character, some of that romance in our beers. So when you taste this beer, judges beware. When you taste this beer, its flavor will linger on your lips as if it was your first kiss. For the sour category, we call it sour power, mainly because it was a mixed fermentation with wild yeast and wild lactobacillus species that were isolated from various sources, such as honey and from grains. The reason why we call it the sour power is, as you know, lactobacillus is probiotics, but who are we kidding here? This is a sour beer at the end of the day, so we just have to spice things up. And one of the last but not least, we call this the legacy. So last year we took the African Wild Ale category, and this is going to be the category that we take this year as well. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, this is our legacy. So we base this out of a super dark saison, alcohol percentage of 16.12%. Yes. The grains we use, right, so the grains we used was normal SAB pale malts, sorghum malts, rice, and honey, basically for fermentable sugars, and we used chocolate malts to give it a dark character. What we wanted to do is create a lovely, thick beer that brings people together and allows them to reminisce the legacy of UKZN PMB. So, this is a beer that we fermented with completely wild yeast strains. The way we thought about getting it is we found some recently legalized green sources. We also found some wild yeast from honey, and we kind of subcultured them on selective malt extract broth with a lot of hop extract in it. So what I'm assuming would be on your right-hand side, you'll see a plate. So we never want to waste any malt extract, so that's why there's a bit less media in one. So you can see we got a dominant yeast growth and suppressed bacterial cultures, and after various subculturing, we managed to get a pure population of yeast. To make sure this yeast could survive the high alcohol requirements for this job application, we made sure that the sugar content would equate to about a 20% beer. So we kept the stringency quite high. So, closing our presentation, I would like to thank everybody, all the teams for being here. It's good to see so many familiar faces after the lockdown has distanced ourselves. Also, SAB, CPUT, UFS, thank you guys for making this possible. From the UKZN side, Dr. Charles Hunter, thank you for being the lifeline of this brewing team and always encouraging the higher-ups for making this possible. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is us, and we are here to take on y'all's best. So thank you, and let's make this awesome.